Welcome to another titillating episode of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, brought to you by our friends over at Capcom, who shipped me this very lovely, you can't see it on stream, little canvas of Apollo Justice and Ghost Trick from Dot Cravat. It's wonderful. But it is time to dive in to some video gaming. Tonight, regrettably, we are joined by the cast. I know, please hold your tomatoes. And speaking of something rotten tomatoes, it's Lon.
Why are my tomatoes rotten?
Have you checked your lemon tree recently?
It's because you overwatered them.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Ikea. I occasionally play games at some point in my life. You probably know me from being here as Trissy Wright and being here for Nightingale. So yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. Let's have fun.
Woo! Living that ramen diet for the next decade. It's Chrisseries.
Not yet, I'm not. Yeah, I'm Chris Reyes. I lead the Ray Group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV. I am also known as the crack addict on Apologist Trilogy and Nightingale on Saturday. That's Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay, good.
Good. Also, probably doesn't know the day of the week. It's Shy.
Well, I mean, of course I know what today is. Well, yeah, I mean, it is Monday.
Yes.
It's also the day that Gandalf gets to lick a graham cracker because it's her favorite thing in the week. Hi. I am Shy. I am a ninja girl. I play video games such as Final Fantasy XIV, Stardew Valley, and other projects that I constantly swear that I'm getting up to, but keep having crazy annoyances get in the way of. You can always catch me here on the days that Gandalf gets to lick a graham cracker, or voice acting, and with Lon when she goes live.
Which I swear I do sometimes. I promise. It happens.
Never seen him miss a day. Go ahead.
It's just been a long time.
Speaking of other people who've never missed a day of streaming, it's Oni Heart.
Hey man, I'll get there eventually. I'll get back to it. But yeah, I'm Oni Heart, and I am still working on those new models. I'm chugging away. Let me see. I mean, at the end of the month, Dawn Trail.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so I probably won't see many of you in the future, huh?
Oh no, we'll still be around because we'll be queued forever to get through the login.
Yeah, true. Well, good luck logging in. Once we left off, we were going back to court. Boo.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom.
Shit. Who is Zach again?
Whoever wants to be Zach.
Oh.
Me? Gungaga.
All right, do it up. Gotcha.
Who?
I think we
Me?
just voluntold Shy.
Oh, okay.
Once again, I am in your hands.
All right, Chrissy, you can be Phoenix Wright.
Right. Let's get back in there.
I don't remember what. Oh wait, am I
It was
Phoenix?
Sharky.
Yeah. Phoenix is well, you're Phoenix now for right
Okay.
now.
April 19th, 11:37 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. What the hell, I'll do it.
Ding.
Court is now back in session.
This is my jam, by the way.
It's so good. During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from a clown's head.
Well, this is news. And the rifling marks.
It wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though, they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
You're
Oh, he's not a stoner anymore.
yeah. You're decisive witness? Yeah, how many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
No. Don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammary's famous duo, Zach and Valan.
Valant Grammary? Huh. So we get to meet the great Magnifies, other disciple.
Oh, shit. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valant Grammary, magician.
And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt?
Fate, the grand illusion filled with traps and tricks.
Well, wait. The shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean that you were there that late?
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes.
Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar.
Wait. That's the same letter Zach Grammary received.
Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da!
No one wears white boots, my guy.
Order!
Not after,
Order! Order! Sorry.
not after Labor Day, that's for sure.
Oh, God, no. Never after Labor Day.
What does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
What exactly was your troop grammary up to?
By which you mean?
I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion, now, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet, this has nothing to do with the case at hand.
By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this. Reason they couldn't refuse.
Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gramery, stands accused. Tell us why.
Alright.
Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red rose rise sing
Yeah, that tracks.
hymns to the miracle that is magic.
No worries. Wow, that's really fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. I mean, the letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene?
In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time.
As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Listen, back-to-back pull-out champion 2022-2023.
What?
What? Anyway.
Yes. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up.
That man has no pull-out game.
What?
The night is a crime.
That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I do not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police.
Okay.
So you were the one who reported the crime.
Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion.
Someone's never played Among Us. Well, let's not jump to any conclusions.
Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before conclusions in this court, but not always. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramery, is guilty.
And if it wasn't Zach Gramery, then the killer was you, Valant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that.
That night, I visited the hospital room at this time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet, a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown.
All right. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. So you're saying the one who shot the clown was you?
No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing.
Oh no, I was just asking because you're still here.
Well, you see, about that.
Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valen, let me ask you about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, how many pistols were there when you entered the room?
By which you mean what, precisely?
Well, 2 pistols. Bleh. 2 pistols were used in Zack and Valant quick draw shoot 'em, correct? One for each of you.
You are well informed. Yet. Only one of my old friends sat in that hospital room that night.
What did Zack tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
I see no problem with that statement. Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all.
So, you picked up that pistol and fired it.
Indeed I did. Alakazam, alakazing, alakaboo.
Is the number of pistols really so important?
The number of pistols is actually quite important, Your Honor.
Very well.
Listen, which one of us is a defense attorney?
Which one of us is a judge?
Not really relevant. Anyway.
Please add this detail to your testimony.
What can I do but obey?
A man chooses.
Only one pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown.
According to the defendant, Zach Gramery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table.
Ooh.
One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. And then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valant had told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense.
What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
Well, that's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match. Ugh.
Mr. Vallon, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
Order! 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 Well, this is all rather sudden.
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add.
I'm sorry, did you just commit perjury?
Yeah, duh.
Oh, okay.
Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? Teehee.
Your youth was like 3 minutes ago? Yeah.
That was just this morning.
I am still young. And, I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
Lant Grammary?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were presented to this court as a decisive witness. But you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Objection! I've done like 12 different voices for this judge.
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
The fuck you talking about, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Vallon entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, Herr Wright, the real fight is about to begin.
Very well. The witness will now testify to the court.
Again.
Again. Help us determine who shot what.
Wes.
Who shot what?
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me.
Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. to use the 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi, and also not offer any proof to it.
Yeah.
It's easy to explain in this situation there, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love.
I'd rather not.
Yay.
Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
I'd
Wow.
rather not.
Do it 100 times. The result is the same.
Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. What a ripoff.
Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an unconvertible truth.
Sure, why not? The prosecution warns us we're dealing with rather precise times. And we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
Nah, fam.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations. Lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Oh, that only matters now that you say it does? Okay, got it.
Sure, why not? Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright.
Carry on.
Carry on my wayward son.
God, could you imagine living in Kansas?
No.
No.
As someone who did live in Kansas, no.
I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m.
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time?
We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true? I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death.
Magical rebels in the making.
Yo.
Magical rebels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction.
I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. 20 minus 10 is 10.
The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnifi Grammari's schedule. Every night at 11, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Wow, you can see.
Not
Now-
always.
Look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end.
Ah! The needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly, It fell out when he was shot.
Would seem to be the case, ignoring the fact that they, like, tape those things down.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
I mean, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. And so it was when I, Valant, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is that proof.
Well, Mr. Wright.
Sorry, I was in the middle of not giving a fuck. Could you repeat all of that?
No.
Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of basic arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence.
Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance?
When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did I spy, a rose, drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your lucky
Indeed. Even today, I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why? When Zack and Valant won their first Magician's Grand Prix. Yes, the very one held by that Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then, too. And our trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that was.
This is one trip down memory. One.
My lucky color. Yes, indeed. And that IV too. I say, I think 'twas huge, especially for me. Volant.
Sure, why not? Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony?
Balan sure looks happy with himself. Okay, well, how about this lucky color testimony? It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck, but not this time. Mr. Valan, your lucky colors betrayed you.
I'm afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence.
Say what now? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well-based.
Don't worry, it's based AF. No cap. For real. On God. Skibbity.
Very well. Let's hear the skibbity claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valant has told us?
The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
Photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Herr Wright, just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure. And I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say.
Now, either I'm colorblind, or that's the wrong color. Blonde Grammary. Let's get one thing straight about lucky color. It's PP yellow, correct?
Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes.
PP spoke.
What do you have against the color yellow, Mr. Wright?
PP piss boy.
What do you have against PP Piss Boys, Mr. Wright?
Listen, beyond that, there is something wrong, in fact, with the color yellow. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene.
What's this?
Confusion. Doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy?
Oh, there you go. Call him old. I'm sure that'll work out in your favor.
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valant. Look at that IV bag.
Ugh. What is this? What magic is?
You know, it would be really hard to call the IV yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph.
I'll look, no!
Order! 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 What does this mean?
That boy needs therapy.
Besides that, objection!
This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake.
Greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valen Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow. The IV is clearly not.
Well,
This contradiction can only mean one thing.
and to think, you almost had me.
Hmm?
I see your true colors now. Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright.
Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
How? Because the witness had made no mistakes. Duh. I agree, at a glance. The IV liquid does appear to be a sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid, hmm? How can you say that?
He tasted it. It's piss.
As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? That's clear.
Is it blue?
We're not doing this, are we?
Yes, we are.
I
Precisely.
hope it comes. I hope it comes with an animation.
Oh, God, no.
Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid. Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag, and
It's your balls full of piss?
that's right. Oh wait,
There's more?
this, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it.
Objection!
As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
Well, you may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave, actually. Well, for you, that is.
Grave.
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did the witness know that? You know, it's quite unnatural when you think about it. I mean, you did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So, let me ask. How did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow?
Alicus, oh my god!
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. so I'm sure it means something. But, what?
Well, I can think of only one possibility here. The witness, Valant Gramarye, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because it looked yellow.
He knew the color. I've seen it before.
Yeah. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag.
I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah?
Yeah. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin?
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag.
Wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right?
Wow.
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid
These are
enters the
not
patient's
very-
body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. I mean, there is now, but like, whatever.
Let me get this straight. Yeah, right. They're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag?
Not with water, but with IV liquid. And that's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow.
No, wait! I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task?
Yeah, I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring an IV liquid into that bag.
You don't need to be an expert to see a look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death.
I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth?
Valant Gramarye, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime.
Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting?
Magic relies on props. Props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic. And the prop was this gun! No, it's fucking syringe.
The victim's syringe?
It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use.
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it.
And you don't find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, what?
The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been some traces of insulin left inside.
Ugh.
Well, Balangrammery, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will.
Alakazam.
I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that, well, there is doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in the bag. The time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation.
I see there are no...
Truly, there's no substitute for experience.
You're gonna waste like 40 minutes of our time?
Hell yeah, I am. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they'll sweep your feet right from under you.
I don't know, fam. That sounds kind of gay. Trying to kiss me or something?
No.
Huh.
In a way, you never ever expected.
Yeah?
You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
Not really helping yourself here, Oni.
Shut up.
I know what you're doing.
What is this fool on about?
You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there's no proof.
Well, there's no proof he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true.
Okay, so...
Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped.
Uh-huh.
This, I admit, after all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
What the fuck are you on about, Prosecutor Gavin?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Prove, fair judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
What's this?
This is the victim, Magnifique Grammary's diary.
Diary?
After going into the hospital, Magnifique began writing his memoirs, it seems. The stories the story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples.
A bad case of diary.
It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night. Even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
This does appear to have been written just before his death.
Why is there a page missing?
That doesn't strike me as suspicious at all. The court accepts this into evidence.
Fucking okay, I guess.
Read the very last part with particular care. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramery.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifique Gramery intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramery didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magnifique's life was brought to an end by the defendant Zach Gramery.
Order, order, order. Prosecutor Gavin. Are you certain that Magnifique Gramery wrote this?
There's no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, that does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifique did intend to continue his diary. Yet if his diary ended here, which plainly it did because we're ignoring that ripped page,
Then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramery. Well, how you like me now, Hair Right? Still too green for your tastes, hmm?
Are you blind as well as stupid, or just blind? Well, he's right about the diary pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case.
If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show him something. Well, I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
I thought only the prosecutor could pull this bullshit. You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary. I've just shown it to the court. Haha, nana nana boo boo. Now that we come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary.
Alright, well, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving the diary didn't end with this page is
really?
There we go. Oh, you know I'm gonna have to fucking point it out. This is the last page. The diary ends here. Huh? What's this? It looks like the page was ripped out? Well now, isn't that interesting?
No.
No. Well, first, take a close look at this diary. Note that page has been pretty clearly ripped out. Like, I don't want to make you feel bad. It's kind of fucking obvious.
What?
You know, what's up,
I
Roomba?
hadn't noticed that at all.
You really feel like you're incompetent and sound mind to levy judgment
No.
on anyone?
No, I do not.
That's all right. Let's get you an RV, big guy. Uh, you know, that's kind of why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page.
Alaka, I don't believe it.
I'm really fucking stretching that one. Well, looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifi Gramarye. That's the defense's position.
Wait, let me see that. What in Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary.
Oh yeah, the outfits in this game are goofy AF. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match. The torn remains of the last page of Magnifi's diary.
Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means there, attorney?
You're a fucking idiot. Well, the diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye. So, you know, he didn't. Valiant Gramarye, you killed that man.
No!
This handwriting too matches that on the other pages.
I'm so glad the judge can fucking analyze microscopic intricacies of handwriting, but not the fucking fact that there's a missing page.
Don't question me. This is, without a doubt, the genuine article.
Got a genuine article for you.
Pants crab!
Order! Order! Order!
But wait! This is. That's impossible! That old man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
Because I shot him.
Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Airride?
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence unlike everyone else in this fucking courtroom?
Air Judge?
Yes, Prosecutor Kevin?
Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
But, Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses.
I ask only to put it on hold. Please. My new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor.
Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this testimony sooner or later anyway. So it will be sooner.
Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring the surprise witness to the courtroom.
I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known. Bad sign all around.
Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony.
A cherry deal?
The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
Very well, and you are the witness, I gather.
Hey, Chrissy.
Yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
Oh boy.
No, I don't think I will. My name's True Misham. I'm a painter.
Painter! And you are somehow related to this case?
No, well, not per se.
I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is?
Oh, yeah, I know it well.
How is that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I made it.
You rat fuck. I'm sorry. In the silent words of the Virgin Mary, come again? You made it.
Yes, you might call it one of my works.
The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramery.
Illegal evidence?
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Forgeries?
So, We are to understand that this page here is
A fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence.
Ah, the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who prevented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
Yes, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
That I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
But there's no proof this is a fake.
It's a fake.
Okay, that's not proof.
To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say, without a doubt, this is mine.
Mr. Wright? You have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court.
It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh, boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap. Fatal trap.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
do you have an explanation for yourself?
If I did, would the court hear it?
Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime. And presenting it in court, a serious mistake.
Oh, that's cool, because I totally didn't know it was fake.
A fatal mistake, specifically for a defense attorney. He's allowed to fake as much evidence as he wants.
Fatal, too. Perhaps for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendants relies on forged evidence?
I don't know. You sure you didn't set me up? You seem like the kind of guy that would do it.
The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, I totally can.
Your Honor.
Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip.
Oh yeah, so convenient.
Everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself.
I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed.
That's some bullshit.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes.
could I ask your name?
Phoenix Wright?
Mr. Wright. I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I will remember you, Mr. Wright.
A threat?
Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Zack.
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict? When your defendant does not exist.
What the fuck are you talking about, Zach Grammary?
Whoa. Anyone else feel weird?
I am talking about this!
Oh, he dipped.
Mr. Enigmar?
The defendant escaped. Find him, quick!
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape.
Man said, fuck out of here. That day, in that day in the courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shadi Enigmar, aka Zach Grammary, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. What? Okay, one sec. I have exterminated.
No verdict was declared.
Sorry about.
After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gramarye vanished along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later.
Bum 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 bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Time for happy music.
That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic in the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger?
It was Dio.
'Twas me, Dio! Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarye go? What dark truth lurks behind that forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind?
There's
It's me!
No.
Hey, the
it's me, narrator lady. I'm the girl who was left behind. That's me.
The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth.
We in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. When all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now.
I think I played this game on the Sega Saturn growing up.
Think of it
As a game.
A game? No way.
Hey!
Who can do their best stoner?
That'd be Chrissy.
I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game.
This sounds like the fucking worst game ever. How do I stop playing it?
That terrible trial that saw me present forged evidence. It ended half finished when the defendant vanished.
Ding.
What became of me after that?
You became a stoner and probably a grifter and adopted a psychotic little girl.
That kept showing everyone her panties, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
It's
I feel
kinda
like there's
weird.
I feel like there should have been an intervention somewhere along the way.
For who?
Yes.
Everyone.
As your investigation proceeds, the answer to that will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you.
Don't take the traveler's deal.
If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Bro.
As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. No, I did not just admit to bringing weapons into the courtroom. Shut the fuck up. My Amagatama.
Oh, sweet. We get to see Big Titty Ghost Lady again.
What does it do, you ask? It summons a big titty ghost lady. I feel like I read that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, shall we begin? Use left button and right button to jump between the past and present.
Yeah, Zero. The Phoenix Wright's Magatama goes off whenever shit's going wonky, and then he has like a fever dream about his old boss who is some big titty lady. Got a fat dumpy too.
But let's begin 7 years ago in the past. It's right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. But now that you know the game, let's play.
Fucking stoner jigsaw over here.
I was going to say, I get the vibe of, like, lawyer Jigsaw.
I mean, these fucks deserve it, to be honest.
Listen, I just hope we get to see Mia's big fat and mommy milkers again. Bruh! My safe search is off. This is a horrible idea.
Oh no.
What are you going to do? Oh,
Oh no.
Was it on stream too? That's a great idea.
that's
I
crazy.
mean, look at that. She's got some fucking gravity bending bahonka donkaroos. Look at this crop job. Anyway. No. I feel like we need to start here where all this horribleness began. The nightmare trial was over. And the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened begun. I wanted to wake up and walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. Besides, I had plenty of time. No job. And thanks to the Bar Association's review decision, a brand new case of alcoholism.
"7 years ago. Brighton Co. Law Offices." Oh, morning, Daddy.
I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine as always. This old boy is here to help me after all.
You know, that's a young man. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Okay. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. Trucy, I need to be paid.
He just went to get cigarettes.
We need to start thinking about your future. Maybe your dad had to go really far to get that. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives that are willing to accept you and narrow spiciness.
What the fuck did you just say?
Wow.
What?
I think you broke Oni. That's impressive. He puts up a lot of shit from us
Yeah.
every single time.
Listen, I've been working on that one for weeks. I just want to be very clear. I can say that because I am also on the neuro spicy scale.
And your parents don't love you.
My dad loves me.
Oh,
Listen, I'm a simple man that likes simple things, cute dresses, even numbers. And, you know, I think that's really normal. But my parents couldn't afford to take me to a psychologist, so I'm just going to assume that's normal. And everyone else is the same way.
never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought I'd conceive, or even hear that phrase.
Neurospicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neurospicy.
Listen,
Mhm.
neurodivergent sounds like, like, I get, like, it's technically, like, the correct definition, but that makes it sound, like, really, like, bad and, you know, it's an inability, you know, it's really prohibitive. Neurospicy? That sounds like a fun time. Am
Yeah,
I
that
gonna
fucking sounds delicious.
am I gonna get my
Wait.
dick sucked, or is it gonna get bitten off? Who knows? Find out. Welcome to the Neuro Spicy Roulette. Anyway, pretzel.
That reminds me of my ex.
Yeah, they're kind of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Trucy, all of your family's dead, and they fucking hate you.
That tracks.
So you can go now. That's Trucy, his daughter. So I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. You know, just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. Fucking. Of course it's totally your choice. I mean, you're like what, 4 years old? You totally have like legal autonomy and the ability to consent to anything. Yep, welcome to the legal system. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I'll even buy you a plane ticket. I could like look up some places where you might like to stay at. God, this is awkward.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you.
Wait,
He said I could trust you.
really?
So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Absolutely not. You're a fucking orphan. Hey, Trucy. Trucy, do you know what you can never have again?
What?
Homemade cookies.
That's crazy.
That's so mean.
I can make cookies?
Yeah, but you know what you'll never experience? Your father's love.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not sure I had it before.
Probably not.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you just call me Nick? Nope. I know one of you.
You're not gonna say the word?
No, because I know one of you is gonna clip this shit and it'll never fucking disappear off the face
It's
of
on
the
the
internet.
screen, Kia. You have to say it.
No,
That's what
no, I
it is.
don't.
Read the line. Read the line.
Okay. All right, fine. I'll read the line. If everyone else reads this line,
Where am I looking?
now I'm gonna put it in regular chat.
Like Twitch chat or Discord chat?
Twitch chat.
I don't think that was the line, Oni.
That laughing hurt my throat. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Kyo.
Yes, it's okay. There you go. Okay.
Hi, Kia.
Hi, Kios. My bank account number is your account number here.
No. You have to fill in the
Is
blanks.
Your routing number here. Have fun and enjoy buying something.
nice for the house.
No, you have to put your information in there. Like a template.
That's not what it says. You asked me to read the line.
Oh, what it says, yeah.
Yo, how fucked up would it be if I do it again and I just randomly pull, like, just manage to pull that information? That'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it?
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
would be.
Hey, Chris, did I tell you about the time I went to buy tires recently?
Hey, Kyo, I've got a really important question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about me taking a lien out against your house? Because I need more money.
You can't file a lien because the deed and title are already in my name. Hello, Sharky.
Hi, my bank account number is 12 and my routing number is 54. Please enjoy something nice for the house.
Sound about right.
Thanks, Sharky.
Dusty old bastard.
He didn't read the line though.
No, it's okay.
Whereas Lana and I did. So now
Yeah.
you have to read the line.
No.
Read the line.
Read the line.
Read the line.
Or you can call me if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
You know, I was kind of expecting you to read it with like a gagging or a vomiting noise instead.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, never, ever let a child call you this.
No.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, your dad's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, and this office is a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know?
You know what, Trissy? We'll discuss that next week because I have to go take the fucking garbage out before bed. That is now filled with my vomit at having to say the D word.
Is the garbage my real dad?
The garbage was the friends we made along the way.
The garbage is the friends we made along the way.
Wait a second. I just realized all that time I voiced Iris saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And it's all on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
"No!"
Uh-huh. Damn, Oni. Happy Pride Month. Thought I could, help awaken something in you.
No!
And swing by our place and show you where the wild things go in the backyard.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're pretty gay, bro.
Oh.
Well, good job, everybody. We did it. We did something. Good or bad, I don't know, but I kind of feel sick to my stomach about it. Anyway, shall we extroduce ourselves and go to bed? I gotta take the trash out and pull the ferret's laundry out of the dryer and reseal the basement. I'll sleep next week, it's fine.
You're a homeowner. You don't sleep.
Yeah, I know. You know what they say, Dan, you can't win them all.
A home meowner.
I am, yeah, give me like a week and then I can change my Twitter account to say I'm a homie owner. Alright,
Why is it going to take you a week to do that?
because once I put the water heater in, then it's official. That's like the last major maintenance. Alright, let's do this so we can go offline.
Well, I mean, the last major maintenance you know of so far.
No, it's the last major maintenance I have to do for at least 5 to 10 years. Otherwise, this place is accidentally burning down. I can make that joke because my dad's asleep. Anyway. Last but not least, they certainly would never tell the police I committed a crime on the internet. It's Shy.
I mean, it depends on how many cookies there are for me, but hi, I am Shy. I am an ninja girl. I play video games. Coming up for me, probably streaming with Lon. Gonna try and get something together this week. Not sure about next Monday, but we'll do my damnedest to be here.
Excellent.
But yeah,
I await the days of stream. Definitely 100% not coerced and or under duress. It's Lani Akea.
time. Hi, I am Lonnie Ikea. I am here of my own free choice. No one has a gun pointed at me right now. No? Nope. I stream at points in my life where that's a thing I can do. I also show up here on Mondays and on Saturdays for being Trucy and being in Nightingale. Check those out. Check me out. Check me out. I want to say that you should be good to each other, and for Sharkles, I want to say, tell the people you love that you love them, because you never know when you'll get another chance, or if you'll get another chance.
Neuro spicy. It's Oni Heart.
There's a lot of shit you guys say that catches me off guard, but this one,
It was good.
it was pretty good. Yeah, Oni Heart. I'm doing the art, and maybe I'll play video games at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna play a lot of Dawn Trail at the end of the month. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so here for Pictomancer. Let's go!
Yes,
I'm not gonna get to play anything interesting, but it'll be fun anyways.
I got something you can play.
Not a fucking new house.
Yeah, the skin flute in B flat. Take it away, Chris Rees.
Oh, migraine. I'm tired. Let's go to bed.
True. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you all being here. And welcome to the stream, new friends. Hopefully you had a great time. Happy Pride Month. I will give you all the rundown as per usual. We are going to be off tomorrow. More than likely, I'm probably installing a water heater, so that'll be fun, I think. Whatever. If you want to hang around with us, play video games on the weekend, vote in the cooking stream, or just like kind of steal our music and art recommendations, feel free to check out the Discord. I ping once a week. That's it. I am not important. Nor am I important enough to ping more than once a week, unless it's like fucking life-shattering. If you want to catch up on this playthrough, our speedruns, our PBs, tutorials, moto vlogs, DJ sets, cooking streams, everything else, it's on the YouTube. If you're a tea drinker like me, check out the blends we put together with our friends over at Adagio, proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project. Happy Pride Month. My wife is a very, very talented lady. She also has some cool stuff up for Pride Month, with the proceeds of those sales going towards the Trevor Project. She also makes very unique, one-of-a-kind, ethically sourced bone jewelry. Last but not least, if you want to support the stream that little bit extra, get some cooking votes in your favor, hell, maybe even an instant win, or just, want to show your appreciation, check out the stream wish list full of all sorts of things that make me happy and make my housing projects a little bit less stressful. But for now, we're going to call it a night, and we're going to go find somebody to raid. All right. We're going to go raid our local buddy, Twirlin' Curtis. If you don't know him, he's absolutely wonderful. I love the man. All right, everyone say goodbye. We're going to go say hi to Curtis.
Goodbye, Curtis.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye, my adoring fans!
All right, get your neuro spicy asses to bed before daddy comes.